Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning to those who are watching today. I hope you're catching the live. And if not, hi to everyone watching the replay. I'd also like to say hi to everyone on Laika. I'm going to be posting this on Laika as well. And it's just a message of, I think, reminding people. It's what I do. Just try to remind people about stuff every single day. So I'm on a little bit earlier today. Usually at night, I usually share something at night. Pero naisip ko like, why not share like this afternoon? Whoever catches this live, this is a message for you. Hi Asali and to everyone in Cebu, kamusta? Um, hindi ko alam kung saan ako nag-live. I think I'm here on my page, no? Nandito ba ako sa page, Asali? I don't even know where I am. But if I'm on my page, hello. To everyone here, yeah, I think I am. I am. Yeah, it's okay. A lot of us have been very, very busy. So, I mean, even as I'm going live, eto, importante itong message na i-share ko. Sana makatulong sa inyo, mga manunod ngayon. Um, I've been doing a lot of online live trainings. I have one June 26 and 27. If you guys can make it, it would be great to see you there. But I think first off, so the main topic, the main topic ngayon is like encouragement. So I want to encourage you guys, and I want you to feel my energy again. Nag-relax lang ako. I'll switch on my fan. It's a little bit hot. I hope hindi masyado maingay. Yes, hi Marianne. I'm glad you're catching me live. Hi Jack. Yeah, June 26, 27. It's Unbounded. Sige, there's so much I want to share. There's a lot of you here today. First, let me talk about the online program. So I finished another team building last Saturday, and 3 hours. So these are people I don't know, and so people usually nagtataking like or nag-iisip sila like, what's the impact if you're doing it online? I'll tell you, as so the schedule for June 26 is 9 a.m. to 12, then may lunch break, then 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. The next day, Sunday, is only 9 to 12, so you can still have your day off. But ang guarantee ko lang is if you're there, it's just a guarantee. It's one weekend where you will be refreshed, where you will be encouraged, where you will be uplifted, and you will also be given an opportunity to share and uplift other people. Hi, Joy, what's up? So, anyway, I'll get into the topic. Yeah, I was talking about the online program. So, sa akin, it's still about intention. You know, you're doing a lot of Zoom meetings, you're doing a lot of these connections online, or you're calling family members. What's the intention? I think if you are very, very clear, and now I'll include God and prayer here. If you're very, very clear about your intention to help people, I say God always shows up 100%. Amen or amen. Ibig sabihin, you're gonna be given words and wisdom on what to share, how to share it, and you'll be able to manage your time as well. This is so important. Bakit? It might be the only opportunity you have to give an encouragement to people. And I'll tell you, yung training last weekend, last Saturday was very, very intense. Siyempre, you know, you go live, and this has been my experience doing online programs. People are thinking, oh, it's another Zoom meeting, there's going to be a speaker, he's going to try to motivate us. Sabi ko, no, I don't motivate people. I call out the truth of what's happening. Ibig sabihin kung anong nangyayari sa buhay nyo. That's what I want to talk about. I talk about, and it's crazy the amount of people na nahihirapan ngayon because, I mean, emotionally, we're not even given an opportunity to process our own emotions. Parang we're taught that, to be able to change, magbago ka kaagad, to shift, to focus on gratitude. It's very difficult to focus on gratitude when there's a lot of, let's say, cobwebs in your wardrobe. Ibig sabihin, there's a lot of stuff na you are dealing with, and there's a lot of very dark stuff that a lot of people don't know how to deal with. So I think setting off with establishing first, again, intention for why you're there, and also understanding that you're speaking to human beings. Diba? Tao kausap mo. And the impact that it has, it's really amazing. So the encouragement here is whether you're face to face, iba nga, 'di ba, face to face ka na, but it's still like the impact, wala masyadong impact. A lot of you are watching this. You're watching me for the first time. You don't know who I am. And by the way, thank you sa lahat sa Laika who watched the interview last Friday. I really, really appreciate you. Shout out sa inyo. I post this on Laika as well, everyone here on Facebook. But there might be a speaker or someone, that's why you're sharing a lot on TikTok or on Facebook or on other social media, diba? Ashley, Marianne, where there are people that you watch, you are inspired by their words. But you have to also be very careful kasi sometimes we just like we take a bunch of words and we present it in a way that sounds so good but kulang siya ng ano how to say, like it lacks spirit or depth. I think it's so important to be able to understand that you're not just following people who sound good. There's a lot of people who sound smart, who sound very spiritual, who sound very good, but are lacking, I would say, integrity in their own lives. Ibig sabihin, it's like a show. It's a facade. Like, bakit to importante makita? Well, because when the going gets tough, ibig sabihin, once you start struggling, when you are following someone or you yourself are creating an image that is not true, meaning like everyone is going through a struggle somehow, right? 99%. Let's say you're the 1% na hindi, then this is not for you. But if you are following someone or creating a story or an image of yourself that is not true, ibig sabihin you are denying that you're struggling, you're denying na nalulungkot ka din, na you're also maybe asking God and praying like, what is life about? What is all this for? Maybe just like me and so many other people I've worked with online, you are wondering, sabi mo, like what's the meaning in life, and do I have a value? Meron ba akong halaga sa mundo? So I'm here to tell you, yes, meron, but it's very difficult to see your value when you are basing it off what you think. You're basing it off what other people think about you. So obviously, not everyone will have a positive experience of you. So there's going to be a lot of energy that is going to drag you down, that is going to be discouraging, nakakalungkot, especially if it's coming from our family. A lot of people, that's the top. I was actually gonna share a topic on that. Like, paano pag the negativity and the pull pababa is coming from family. That's for another topic because it's a long topic and long encouragement that I'll share. But to remind people, maybe this is my point today, to be able to remind lahat ng nanonood ngayon that, yeah, of course there's bad stuff in you. There's stuff na hindi mo gusto. Masungit ka, I don't know, madali ka magalit, you have debts, you haven't forgiven someone. I mean, there's all something that we're dealing with, but it does not mean, hindi po niyan ibig sabihin that there is no good in you, right? That's the main point that I wanted to share. Unfortunately, so many people, and this has been parang yung recurring theme. Hi Gerald, thanks for being here. Yung recurring theme when I'm doing trainings, ang daming tao, they just cannot sustain for a long period of time seeing their value and their worth as human beings. So, ang nakikita nila is the shortcoming. Ang naririnig ko when I'm, doing the coaching is that people just see how bad they are as parents, as daughters, as as business professionals, as entrepreneurs. Can anyone relate? Nakaka-relate ba kayo? Like, you normally see what is not good in you, and then, good afternoon, Mommy A. Then you also see what is not good in others. Hi, Alice. I'm glad you are here. People who are tagged. So, bakit ba ganyan? Well, for a short definition or rather explanation, it's conditioning. Nasanay na tayo ng ganyan. So, it definitely takes effort, 'di ba? For those who are watching, it takes effort for most of us to start seeing the good, especially dito sa kultura ng Pilipinas. Now we'll talk about Philippine culture, where the idea of sinning and being a bad person sobrang ingrained. Now, I'm not saying this is not about religion, right? This is about understanding paano kang pinalaki and kung nakakatulong pa ba yun sa buhay mo ngayon. You were raised in an environment that was very strict, that told you had to perform para magkaroon ka ng halaga, ng value. You had to contribute somehow. Pag hindi, wala kang kwenta. Dad will not be proud of you, mom will not be happy, and it emotionally scars you as a child. Bilang isang bata, nasasaktan ka. So now you're growing up, now you're an adult, and now it's happening in our relationships. Like, bakit ba, coach, nagkakagulo kami ngayon sa relationship, sa business, sa ganito, and I'm trying to juggle. Well, because you have not fixed, hi Renan, I'm glad you're here. I'll just use that word. You have not fixed the foundation. Meaning, kahit anong ipalit mo pa sa paligid mo, relationships, work, the business, you're going to notice the same struggles are going to keep coming up because you're not changing how you are thinking foundationally. Yung pundasyon mo, hindi pa solid. So you're going to be easily shaken by, the bad vibes. And a lot of you are trying to escape, that's the word I'll use. You're trying to get away from the bad vibes of the past. Yes or yes. Type kayo. Right? I mean, you're trying to forget this painful past, yung mga na-experience, maybe you or your family experienced when you were younger. You're trying to get away from that, right? And when you are being reminded of that, you're being pulled back. And this is where we start thinking, oh, these people are toxic because I'm being pulled back to something na gusto ko nang layuan, right? I know a lot of you are struggling with this. But, kaya nga sinasabi ko, if foundationally, yung pinakapundasyon mo, you are changing something about you from the inside, you will not have to worry about what people are trying to do on the outside. Because there will always be people who will try to bring you down because sila mismo, they have not come to an awareness or a consciousness where they get to see the good in themselves. Obviously, pag nakita mo yung maganda sa sarili mo, you cannot help but start seeing that in other people because, you start appreciating, you start, stepping into gratitude and love and kindness. Hindi mo mapipigilan. You cannot be in this state and not share it. I think that's the nature of God. I think it's the nature of spirit, whatever faith you believe. And I respect that. Diba napapansin mo, like when you're full of joy, when you're full of something good, you want to share, right? You want to share it. How many of you have had experiences with your family or friends na, those moments when you were so down, there were people who encouraged you, there were people who prayed for you, there were people who gave you an uplifting, I don't know, it could be scripture or basta naangat ka and you felt so good. Hopefully, when the opportunity came for you na ikaw naman na makapag-uplift ng ibang tao, you also did that for them. And what did that feel like? Hindi ka lang nakatulong dun sa ibang tao, but you also feel so good and uplifted. As a matter of fact, and ito hinuhulaan ko lang, you felt so good at that moment, you did not feel any lack. Diba? Thank you, Mary Ann. Thank you for sharing also, by the way. Thank you for sharing the video. At that moment that you were sharing kindness, you don't feel lack. Ito pa isang problema. So, I know I'm talking about the good, but there's a lot of challenges we're going through. Many of us are not able to shift. So, I want to share an important message. Mag-rewind lang ako ng konti. The main message also, another main message, there's a lot of main messages here, is this. Make sure that the space that you're in, it's great that you are surrounded by people who are encouraging and uplifting, but make sure meron ka ding kagrupo who will speak the truth to you. Ulitin ko yan ha. It's great to be in a space where you are always being encouraged. Diba? Pinagpipray ka, people are, that's great. But I don't think it's great when you are in that space and people are holding back from speaking the truth to you. Ibig sabihin, meron silang nakikita about your health, about your relationships, about how you're handling money, about how you treat people. Not very good. And yet they shut up. Ibig sabihin, let's just talk about all the nice things. Huwag na natin pag-usapan yung mga importante. It's a terrible thing. Bakit? Because those people, although you might be in a nice-sounding environment, they will continue to go on being in pain and continue to hurt other people as well. So, ibig sabihin, hindi nagbabago yung buhay. You are hearing, may naririnig kang like nice, like rosy words, but there's no life transformation. This has been one of the biggest, I think, challenges of so many people, like in my experience, in my limited experience of personal transformation. Because many of us, ang gusto lang natin madinig yung maganda eh. Like we want to hear all the nice things. But pagdating na sa, sa mga makapagbabago ng buhay natin, ayaw na natin pag-usapan. Taking care of your health. Yeah, you need to exercise. You need to sleep. You've been eating too much sugar. And you've been using like medication as, I'm just saying, as your excuse. Just like me. Maybe it's relationships. The way you treat people is you treat them like shit. Masama yung pagtrato mo sa kanila. lagi kang masungit. Meaning lagi kang galit. Bakit ka laging galit? May nakarelate ba? May kilala kayong ganyan? Intimately perhaps, like, but this is so important to talk about. Or maybe you're already stagnant in life. Now, I'm very careful about this. Kasi yung sinasabi ko nga, it's not about whether, I'm trying to chase something na ideal. Like, of course, in life, I want life to be like this for me. But you are doing it in a way where there is inspiration that is pulling you. It's not guilt. So, madami sa atin, it's guilt that is pushing us. Eh. So, paano namin malaman yung difference, coach? Well, if spirit is leading you, it does not condemn you. Meaning, you might hit your targets, great, you celebrate, but it's not a condemning energy. Meaning, ito nga yung malaking challenge eh. A lot of people who are watching this, you beat yourself up paulit-ulit, ito na naman ako, hindi ko talaga kaya, mahina talaga ako. I mean, it's a never-ending self-flagellation and beating yourself up. Doesn't end. But if you are being inspired to go through what you, like, meron kang goals, right? Like financial goals, health goals. But when, just in case you don't hit them, you don't beat yourself up. You know that you can do better. You go through feedback, which a lot of people here don't have. People are not giving you honest feedback. That's why you are not progressing. That's why you're staying stagnant. That's why there's no change, no, not even change. That's why there is no personal transformation happening. So, for those who are watching this, if you are not in a space where people can give you, and this is feedback based on, like you want to go a certain level or you want to achieve a certain thing, right? Because, it's important for you to change your life. But people around you are just sugarcoating kung, paano mo maabot yun. They're not speaking the truth to you. It's such a big trap. Then you're gonna stay stuck, right? But if you're the one doing this to other people, ang sa akin, it's an encouragement for you to start speaking the truth. I'm not saying to be mean and always spot what's wrong with people. But if you're already in that position to see it, call out the BS. What's the BS? It's the bullshit. Because a lot of people, our bullshit is not being called out. And we buy the bullshit so much na natatabunan na tayo ng BS. You know what BS is, right? And we don't get to see beyond our own BS anymore. So we're selling ourselves BS. We're buying our own BS. And then nagtataka tayo, like, why is it not working out for me? Like, why is it like one area, okay ako, kabilang area, I'm struggling. This area. And people think like it's impossible to have, harmony. And I'm saying, when I say harmony, it means you're constantly growing. You don't stay stagnant like energy, diba? Pag energy, pag tinignan mo daw under like a microscope, like it's constantly vibrating and moving. So you're not stagnant in a way na hindi ka na nag-grow. But I'm saying there's a balance there where you can see there's something changing, where the pain and the hurt of 1 year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, hindi na siya paulit-ulit nangyayari. For many people, nagtataka sila, they're watching these videos, sabi na, bakit nga ba paulit-ulit yung issue ko? Bakit nga ba paulit-ulit yung struggle ko? Nag-iiba yung mga tao, but I'm still struggling with the same thing. And some people, and I've heard, I can't remember, I think it was in my coaching, one of my coaching, sabi niya, paano ko ba ma-break tong pattern na to? Hi Luz, thanks for being here. So, well, you break it through constant reprogramming of yourself. That's just the seminar jargon that I use. Love is very, very important as well when you're doing, because you're not doing it out of guilt. You're not doing it to punish yourself and other people. Yun yung malaking difference that I think a lot of people are missing. But also, another thing that is, and I'll wrap this up na, is to be able, diba nasa Bible din yun eh, to be able to speak the truth in love. But many people will not appreciate you speaking the truth. That's just the truth. Many people will hate you for speaking the truth. But at least you know that you spoke the truth. You know that you meant well, you know that people are challenging you to become better. Like, paano ko nga malaman ma-discern, coach? Well, because when you become better, when you change something about your life, those people celebrate with you. They're not trying to constantly put you down. That's why so many people are being so defensive. They think, napaproject yung mga magulang who were hard on them, or a teacher who was hard on them. No, it's about people speaking the truth, speaking words of life so that you can have like the abundant life that you want, and you'll realize this is in all areas. It's not just in one. So as I wrap this up, salamat sa lahat ng nanood ng live. Asali, Luz, Mary Jane, everyone in Cebu. For those of you who are sharing the video, maraming salamat. Also, everyone here on Laika, like I said, na nanood, and who are new followers here, I appreciate you. This is content that I share. Today, as I wrap this video up, again, the main message here is there is darkness in you, there's stuff that you're struggling with, but there's also a lot of good. Do not forget to see the good in you. And also, life is about growth. Yung shinare ko sa interview nung Friday, to love, to grow, and to give. Don't think na because you've reached one stage, diba? Sina Asali, they know this, those people who are coaching and leading teams. Pagdating mo sa isang point, you go to the next point. And then that's just how life is designed. Like, you don't reach your end goal and sabi mo, this is it, I'm done. Like, the goalpost for your success is constantly moving. Always. Until when? Until you die. Right? But I do hope in the process, may mahanap kayong moments where sabi mo, wow, ang sarap pala to enjoy also being in the present moment. To be able to enjoy this. Lastly, ito I have to add this. Lastly, I crammed in a lot of content dito eh. Hi Royce. Lastly, if life is not working out for you for some reason, sabi mo, coach, parang I feel I'm stuck, I don't know, like here's a question. And this is a question from inspiration, not to make you feel guilty, right? But when was the last time you reached out, to someone else? When was the last time you reached out to a group of people to encourage them or to share light to them or to share goodness or kindness with them? A lot of people watching this, they're stuck because ang focus na lang, I like what Tony Robbins says, I don't like this self-love thing, self-love, puro sarili na lang naging focus. And I understand, I'm sensitive about this because for some people, the focus has been about so many other people, nakalimutan na yung sarili. I'm talking about for you, those of you who already have this awareness of self-love, but you're missing another component, which is like reach out to people. That's your purpose. To freaking reach out. Encourage someone. Wala kang makita, like usapin mo sarili mo at least to practice. But I'm saying reach out to someone. And if you're not constantly making a difference in someone's life, then I would say there's something to you're gonna have to assess yourself and see like what value and meaning am I maybe I'm not giving myself enough value and meaning by keeping everything to myself. You are forgetting to reach out to other people, right? So if you do this, for a lot of you, it'll help you so much. I think si Oprah nagsabi nun, whenever she was so depressed, I also heard this from John Maxwell, when I was like one point in my life, sabi ko like, what is my purpose? Why am I here? For those of us who overthink and mga philosophers, you're thinking about life. Then I said, I was reminded by John Maxwell, well, your purpose is to give value to people, to add value to other people. I'm like, shit, nakalimutan ko yun. That was it. But, ito importante, it's a big but. The big but is, but you also do not find, meaning, so here's a deeper philosophy. It doesn't mean that you're existing to just please other people. And every day, pagising mo, naghahanap ka lang ng tao because you become like needy of other people. You gotta discern this stuff. I might be overcomplicating it, but at least start there, reaching out to people. But as long as you know that your value is not, like, you might have a day. So I'm glad Chris is here. So maganda yung pinost niya. If you can follow him, Chris Vinson. So you might have done acts of kindness last year or 10 years, which was his topic. Community work. But it's like sort of like sales. So you're only as good as your last sale. You're only as good as that last act of kindness that you did. But that's the trap. So what I'm trying to share is, once you understand being and doing, and you find that there will be times in your life where you're not doing, and if you could still see your value there, because a lot of you like, kailangan may gagawin ako. I have to be doing. So you gotta listen to the message I'm sharing. For some of you, it's important to be doing. There's your inner purpose and your outer purpose. So your inner purpose doesn't change. Meaning, when I say it doesn't change, your value, right? But the outer, it's changing. Nag-iiba ka ng trabaho, nagpalit ka ng kumpanya, you're making more money now or less money. It's changing. Your health is changing. But so for some of you, it's the outer where it's important for you, but it's still really inner. It's important for you to go out and reach people. For some of you, it's important for you to just sit still and freaking do nothing and enjoy it. Now, for how long? Just long enough for you to realize, wow, kahit wala akong ginagawa, I still, again, two sides, I still love myself. I'm still proud of myself, right? And I'm careful about the self, but I don't want to get into that rabbit hole. I still appreciate myself. Sabi mo, wala akong ginagawa, nakaupo lang ako, yeah. Because a lot of you cannot sit still and see your value. This is going to be dangerous for you when you're about to die, right? Meaning, or nung nagkasakit ka, if you've experienced it and wala kang magawa, I have no value. No, but you are still loved. You are still good. You are still worthy. When I say good, like there's still good in you. You know, where a lot of you are sick, like I got sick. But you think like wala na akong silbi, wala, or you lose your money, you lose your business. People are killing themselves. Or you lose that relationship. Because now you think wala na akong silbi, wala na akong purpose. Ang purpose ko lang para lang mahalin yung tao. There's more. There is more to your purpose than just the giving. So again, seeing the inner purpose and the outer purpose, but they always go hand in hand. If you find the sweet spot and you get to your balance, I'll just use balance, then you can realize like when I'm doing something, I enjoy it so much. When I'm not, I still enjoy it so much. But now I'm not, now I'm being very aware of the guilt. Now I'm being aware of the monkey mind. For many of you, the monkey mind never stops. It just constantly blah. Well, because maybe na-disconnect, I was wrapping this up, na-disconnect ka na sa spirit. And you go into your spirit, and the spirit is calm. The spirit is very quiet. The spirit is not as noisy as this, you know. And once you get to tap into that, sabi mo, oh my gosh, I can still do my work. I can still present my business. I can still do my trainings, which I've been constantly doing, and my coaching. But there's a calm and there's a peace, meaning I'm no longer trying to control and manipulate the outcome. I do my best. I give my heart. I give my best. I mean, that's why I cry a lot in my trainings. I get so emotional. I get so connected to the work that I try to give my all every time. But I leave the results to God. Some people will get it. Some people won't. The important thing that you ask yourself, it's a good way to end, is did I go 100% in reaching people? Did I go 100%? Or was mas committed ba ako na magustuhan lang ako ng tao? So I will sugarcoat the words. I will say nice words. I will say words where I'll be accepted by this group or by this clique. It's not about that. It's about encouraging, but also don't forget the other side of it, to speak the truth. Sometimes you gotta kick ass. Many times you gotta kick ass. Yung pinag-uusapan namin ngayon eh. Otherwise, people don't transform. God bless you guys. I'm so grateful. Ang dami nyo dito. Everyone on Laika, again, I appreciate you for following, the new followers, for watching the content, for sharing the content, and for commenting. I'll see you guys again. God bless.